So, Mr. Kevin. Yes, Mr. Kevin. You're applying for credit. Yes. I hope I get approved. Okay. Sorry, your credit score sucks. Huh? What? Why? What's a credit? Hey guys, it's Osler from Down Under, and we're here to talk about comprehensive credit reporting, or CCR if you're one of the cool kids, because financial literacy is cool. A little bit of background here. CCR is not a new thing in 2019. It has been pushed since 1980, but was denied due to it being a violation of the Privacy Act. Years later, it resurfaced, and since March 2014, it has been rolled out and approved, and it's being used by a couple of banks, but it was only optional back then. Until November 2017, when the government stated that CCR will be mandatory for the big four banks: Commonwealth Bank, NAB, ANZ, and Westpac, because 80% of the financed accounts in Australia are held by the big four. These four banks were required to have their data, at least 50% of their data, ready for reporting by the 1st of July last year in 2018, and the other half by July of 2019, with a 90-day deadline until the end of September. Before we go any further, let's do a quick overview on how credit works. Basically, your credit score is your credit worthiness.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy,
based on the way that you handle your debts, payments, and other stuff, which we'll talk about in a bit. So if you want to borrow money from a lender, they'll base their judgments to whether they will or will not give you the money based on your credit score. You might be thinking, why do I care? Right? If you're looking to borrow money from a lending company anytime soon, and you've never cared or even checked what your credit score is, well,
you gonna learn today. All right.
Before CCR, if you wanted a mortgage or a credit, if you wanted to apply for it, the lending company will have to assess the risk before giving you the money. They will do this by asking a credit reporting company, which is one of these four, for a copy of your credit report, which would show all the defaults and the late payments. Australia has always operated in a negative reporting system, which means that anything negative that affected your credit score is the only thing that's going to be put in your credit file. For example, Kevin has been paying off his debt for 22 months, but he slipped up once and defaulted. A default happens when you're overdue 60 days for your payment. That's a big hit on your credit score, as your repayment history for 22 months of paying on time is not included, and only that missed payment is going to be included in your credit file. I repeat, only the missed payment is included in the credit file. This is where the CCR comes in. So what exactly is it, right? Well, CCR, or Comprehensive Credit Reporting, as the word itself suggests, is comprehensive. This means your credit file will also include the positive behaviors that you do with your debts and payments. Now let's do a comparison for the two. In the negative side, only the negative stuff are included in your credit report, which are credit applications, defaults, judgments, which is when an entity you owe money to takes you to court because you're not paying your payments, and bankruptcies. You know what? Actually, we can call this list the stupid list. Because I believe that if you can't pay the money, don't borrow it. Now I understand that circumstances happen, and that if you couldn't pay because something happened and you had to allocate and shift your money towards the more important stuff, I get it. We're only human. Shift happens. But what I'm talking about is that if you deliberately do not pay your debts and you put your money into something else, less important stuff, then that's just stupid. Now for the positive reporting, we take everything from the stupid list and put it on the positive reporting list. Plus, it includes the date and type of account opened, whether it be a credit card account, mortgage, personal loan, whatever. As long as you borrow the money, it says what type and what day it was opened, and also when it was closed, if it has been closed. Your current credit limit for your credit cards, your new and previous credit amounts, which is the amount of loans that you have borrowed previously, and if you're holding anything currently. Also included is the current provider's name, any overdue account details, and most importantly, in my opinion, is a 24-month history of your repayments. So from the example earlier, if Kevin was operating in a positive reporting environment, his credit score wouldn't have gone down as much as it did, because the lending companies will have seen his repayment history and he was paying it properly for a long time. Basically, now that the CCR will now fully be in effect in a few months, if you have been terrible at handling your debt, your credit score is gonna get punished. But if you have been great at handling your payments, your debt, and your money, you will most likely be rewarded and have your credit score increased even just a little bit. Also, with your credit information available throughout every bank out there, every lender out there, instead of being used as a personal asset by your individual banks, you will see competitive rates when you're trying to borrow money, because everyone will try to get you as their customer. And the best thing about this change is that for the CCR to take effect, you don't have to do anything, just sit back and relax, and the comprehensive credit reporting will start for everyone by September 2019. All that's left for you to do is to improve your attitude towards your debts, your payments, and overall spending money habits. So have you applied for credit before? Did you know your credit score before applying? Comment down below what happened. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave it down below. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Batman. This is Osler from Down Under, and I'll see you in the next video.